Hi, welcome back. Thanks for stopping by. Today I'm going to reveal the second I in team, and I'm going to share a short passage with you from the book The I in Team. Earlier I revealed the first I in team, which is inspiration. We've got to have that spirit to drive us to peak levels of performance. And today I will share the second I, and I'll continue to share others as we go forward. But I've been teaching and developing high-performing teams now for 3 decades. And one of the things I've learned is that one of the factors in people struggling with teamwork is what I refer to as me-opic vision. It's a what's in it for me way of seeing the world. Now, me-opic vision isn't bad. It's a stepping stone because we start out in life dependent. And we need help from our parents and from teachers and such. And we quickly develop then into an independent way of thinking. Back off, I can take care of myself. That's the me-opic mode, if you will. All right, and then we condition people to think that way and behave that way all the way through school and all the way into the workplace with contests where one person wins and everyone else loses. Employee of the month, parking spaces, and events, competitive events where we rank people in school. And it actually conditions us to think in terms of us, them, win, lose, that dualistic, ego-based, fear-based thought system. Then we say to people who have a me-opic vision, perform as a team, and there's a struggle because teamwork requires the second I in team is interdependent thinking. It's where we transcend that me-opic way of thinking. How does this impact me? What's in it for me? To we-opic thinking. Win-win thinking. Collaborative, cooperative. This is a much more powerful way to think. And this is where high-performing teams come from. It's a collaborative, collective mind that's looking about how do we all win, as opposed to one winner and everyone else loses, so to speak. It's a very powerful mode. So let me share a passage with you from the book, and then I'll make a few more comments. So interdependent thinking. One of our favorite exercises in team building workshops is a simulated survival exercise. We begin by having participants complete a paper and pencil instrument independently, ranking 15 items in terms of their importance to surviving in a crisis event, for example, a crash landing in the desert or in the Arctic region. The idea of the exercise is to examine how people make decisions, first individually and then as a team. Once everyone has completed ranking the items independently, we form teams to have them repeat the exercise using an interdependent consensus process. In both cases, the participants have to select their items based on limited assumptions and information. It becomes quite clear that flawed assumptions can be disastrous in this exercise, just like in real life. Now, I had somebody call me the other day, and he had read this book and was buying it for his team, and he said, John, could you help me find that survival instrument that you talked about in your book? And for those of you interested, I get these instruments from the Experiential Learning Methods organization in Michigan, ELM, Experiential Learning Methods. It's a wonderful tool to teach teamwork and team development. And in fact, record it with video or audio and then play it back for the team, which is even more powerful. So what we do is we discover that in this exercise, when we do it independently, individuals don't do nearly as well as the team when they do it interdependently. In other words, there is evidence of synergy, or the power of teamwork, where we add 1 and 1 and we get something greater than 2. This all comes from interdependent thinking, because when we're thinking interdependently, we're challenging assumptions that we might make individually that could really mess us up. And it takes a little longer. There's a healthy amount of debate. It's not as easy as just doing it my way or the highway, but let me tell you something that's far more powerful. So this is all about interdependent thinking. Now, like before, there's a little exercise at the end of each chapter and a summary at a glance. So here, let me read this to you. At a glance, interdependence means finding win-win solutions to every problem. Interdependence means exercising We-opic vision. What's in it for we? And interdependence means putting the team first and generating synergy, the power of teamwork. The team exercise at the end of the chapter, conduct a workshop with your team using an experiential exercise like a survival situation. First, have team members complete the exercise alone, independently. Take note of the various assumptions made. How do these assumptions influence decisions? How do perceptions drive behaviors? Next, have teams of 5 to 7 people complete the exercise. Encourage them to find answers they can all agree on. To reach true consensus, use audio or video feedback for review, if possible. Examine and learn from the results. Discuss the various assumptions made and the impact of interdependent thinking on the team. Help team members see and understand the power of teamwork by experiencing it. So that's my tip for today. Learn to think interdependently. Rise above that me-opic, independent, my way of thinking to something that's more about the team or the organization or the world in general. All right. This is a huge change for a lot of people because they're conditioned subconsciously to stay in that protective, fear-based ego mode of me-opic vision. Stretch yourself and take your team beyond that and behold the power of teamwork. Thanks. Come back for more.